Paul, yeah. um, I was just looking at this argument. The court should deny the defendant's motion to dismiss, although the matter is currently stayed pending resolution of the competency question. Yeah. The state will address the defense motion because delay is unnecessary. Then the motion could simply be renewed when the competency question is resolved. You know, there seems to be a competency question. Um, Can you actually file a 2-count criminal complaint that is a misdemeanor? Look at there's a bug right there. Yeah. Um, can you do that? Now I know after sending approximately 3,000 emails today that there are those in the judiciary that just do not believe that you have to issue court orders according to the requirements of the RCWs. And they continue to call in my competency. Yes. When there is this fraudulent statement, the first provision is ordered above, and the court found on page 1 that the respondent had actual notice. The respondent didn't have actual notice. Represented a credible threat. I'm not a credible threat, but somebody's out there committing domestic violence and other fraudulent crimes so as to cause me to have to be subject to you because of your refusal. And was an intimate partner. Now, Mr. Hawes and Mr. Cowgill, representing the prosecuting attorney's office of both Clallam and Jefferson County. Mr. Roberts and Mr. Cowgill, yes. Why would it be that the prosecuting attorney's office doesn't see the importance of issuing court orders according to the requirements of the laws of this state and every state of the United States? Is there a competency issue in the prosecuting attorney's office? Now, Mr. Nichols, I've seen your signs all over town. I would think that it would invalidate your candidacy to knowingly allow for the violating of the laws of the state of Washington. Mr. Hawes, are you running for election or did you just get elected in the last few years? Now, I mentioned the clerk of the court shall also forward a copy of this order on and before the next judicial day to the Clallam County Sheriff's Office, where the respondent lives. Yes. Who else but the respondent was served? Now, I'm absolutely sure that it's not only a wrongful execution of service, it's a fraudulent execution of service, because you cannot serve any person other than the respondent. Now, does the prosecuting attorney's office not understand? Now, you've been fucking with me for the whole afternoon, and I spent 2 hours out there in 75-degree weather. Yes. Having to take my time to find $3 to be able to buy some tobacco and cigarette papers, because these prosecuting attorneys, Mr. Rawl, do you not question exactly why it was that you signed this when there was no admitting of the evidence that I wasn't in Sequim, Washington on December 31st? Now, I'm really wanting to put in prison a whole lot of employees of the prosecuting attorney's offices of each and every county of the United States. I'm wanting to put all of you in prison. Now, Mr. Rahm, Mr. Cowgill, Mr. Roberts, Miss Cochran, Mr. Hawes, and Mr. Nichols, are you dumb? Are you going to acknowledge that you cannot serve someone other than the respondent? Now, it was a technical error. There was nobody else served. Why is it a public court record that somebody else did receive attempted service? Yes. And then somebody else was served. You would have thought that once I explained to my public defender yesterday that you cannot serve anybody but the respondent, that you would have removed the fucking thing and I wasn't going to fucking phone call. Now, I'm going to put you in prison. Do you understand, prosecuting attorneys? In every county of the United States for letting this shit happen. You took my time for the last 2 hours so that I could get $3 fucking because you wouldn't enforce the law.